The modern fitness industry sells a massive lie, disguised as ultimate ancestral health and primal living. But treating every human digestive tract exactly the same ignores brutal realities of human evolutionary biology. To find your optimal fuel, I must first dismantle the biggest functional myth in modern fitness. You are constantly told that exercising harder creates an endless, straight line of daily calorie burn. The science explicitly proves this linear additive model of energy expenditure is completely false. Extensive field studies on highly active hunter-gatherer tribes in Tanzania revealed a shocking and definitive biological truth. Despite walking miles daily and performing intense physical labor, they burn identical total calories to us. The Hadza tribe walks relentlessly, hunts daily, and carries heavy loads across harsh terrain without resting. Yet their bodies brilliantly adapt by turning down the hidden metabolic dials to save precious energy. They temporarily halt baseline reproductive functions and blunt basic immune responses to conserve necessary daily calories. Once adjusted for body size, their total energy expenditure mirrors completely sedentary modern office workers perfectly. This uncompromising biological reality is known as the constrained energy model, and it dictates survival. When you train heavily, your body quietly shuts down unseen biological processes to compensate. It acts exactly like a hardwired ceiling, aggressively and strictly capping the maximum calories you can burn. It diverts essential energy away from inflammation control and cellular repair to prevent total starvation. Therefore, I can definitively state that you cannot out-exercise a bad diet, ever. Exercise builds cardiovascular strength, but it is a mathematically terrible tool for pure biological weight loss. Long-term fitness requires matching your food intake with deeply rooted climate and ancestral evolutionary genetics. That precise genetic matchup is heavily driven by a hidden mechanism called the thermic effect of food. When you consume anything, your internal engine burns massive amounts of energy just for basic digestion. This constant metabolic friction naturally generates incredibly significant levels of internal core body heat. Protein is incredibly dense and difficult to break down, creating massive amounts of deep internal body heat. Fats and carbohydrates digest far more easily, meaning they produce significantly less dangerous metabolic heat. Carbohydrates require virtually zero metabolic effort to process, passing rapidly into the bloodstream with minimal thermal output. This creates a massive evolutionary trade-off between extracting calories and managing internal body temperatures. When humans struggle to regulate internal heat, they immediately lose the ability to hunt or reproduce. Ancient human populations were forced to rapidly adapt, their diets strictly based on their local weather conditions. Eating the wrong macronutrients in the wrong climate meant freezing to death or overheating. This stark reality brings me to the absolute extreme of human survival and the Arctic dietary blueprint. Indigenous Arctic people survived in brutal sub-zero temperatures, where edible plant life literally could not grow. They consumed almost exclusively dense marine fats and massive quantities of animal meat. To survive this massive meat consumption in the freezing cold, they developed highly specific genetic mutations. The absolute most crucial adaptation was the unique CPT1A Arctic variant gene mutation. Normally, consuming a zero-carb, hyper-fat diet causes your liver to produce endless ketones. But this unique Inuit diet metabolism genetically blocks massive ketone production to prevent deadly acidic blood poisoning. Instead of entering dangerous ketoacidosis, it forces cellular engines to burn fat inefficiently, generating massive extra heat. They also developed specific permanent variations in the FADS1 gene. Their internal biology became completely hardwired to utilize direct animal fats with absolute lethal metabolic efficiency daily. If a modern Westerner attempts this exact metabolic pathway, without the genetic variant, their organs can fail. Unregulated ketone production from massive meat intake places extreme toxic load on the kidneys. Modern humans attempting this extreme carnivorous lifestyle often experience immediate biological rejection and severe systemic fatigue. Their digestive systems simply do not possess the localized biological hardware to process pure blubber. The Inuit biology transforms extreme dietary fat into an internal furnace that strictly guarantees survival. They lost the genetic need to create their own fatty acids from plant-based sources entirely. But shifting the geographical map rewrites the fundamental rules of ancestral health and digestion. In extremely hot climates across South Asia and arid deserts, eating heavy meat diets is incredibly dangerous. The heavy digestion heat, combined with brutal environmental heat, can cause deadly internal overheating. To survive scorching temperatures, agrarian populations in these hot areas had to adapt their digestion completely. Agrarian populations evolved to survive on plant-based carbohydrates through the AMY1 gene. Certain human individuals gradually developed up to 15 biological copies of this specific gene. It produces massive amounts of salivary amylase, allowing them to rapidly digest complex starches for instant energy. Their highly evolved salivary amylase begins aggressively breaking down carbohydrates before they even swallow food. This crucial adaptation provided abundant daily calories without paying the dangerous internal heat penalty. Relying on heavy starches allowed ancestors to work relentlessly in the blazing sun without suffering heat stroke. Over countless generations, their digestive tracts lengthened significantly to extract maximum nutrients from complex, tough plant fibers. This extended internal processing time was a profound biological necessity for extracting deep calories from plants. It allowed them to build dense muscle while completely avoiding lethal internal core overheating. Additionally, because massive meat consumption was restricted by climate and culture, another mutation became critically crucial. The FADS2 vegetarian allele lets their bodies build essential long-chain fatty acids. They completely synthesize everything they need, internally, from short-chain plant seeds and nuts. But the absolute most extreme heat adaptation comes from nomadic Bedouins in hyper-arid desert environments. In barren landscapes completely devoid of surface water, they survived brutal heat, relying heavily on camel milk. Camels ferment their food incredibly slowly, in extreme heat, producing virtually zero dangerous internal metabolic heat output. Drinking camel milk, which is 91% water during droughts, allowed early humans a massive biological hack. They outsourced their intense digestive metabolic friction entirely to the camel, staying fully hydrated and miraculously cool. These drastic genetic shifts prove that human digestion is not a single, universal template. This evolutionary evidence completely shatters the modern ancestral mismatch driving today's monolithic and rigid fitness fads. Scientifically and genetically, this blanket recommendation is dangerously and provably inaccurate for most humans. Human genetics are highly customized and fiercely adapted to highly specific and punishing regional climates. If a person possesses high AMY1 copies, genetically optimized for heavy starches, and they blindly force an all-meat carnivore diet, they risk devastating their entire metabolic health. They simply lack the necessary Arctic genetic mutations required to process that immense animal fat load safely. Their bodies will overheat internally, triggering massive systemic inflammation and severe long-term digestive distress. Modern fitness culture ignores this, prescribing monolithic diets that wage biological war against your unique genetics. You must ruthlessly audit your own ancestry to build a functional metabolic dietary framework. Look at exact latitudes where your ancestors survived and mimic that specific nutritional fuel. You cannot override thousands of years of climate adaptation because an algorithm showed you a steak. The absolute secret to long-term sustainable fitness is discovering your exact personal whole food profile. You must painstakingly find the precise macronutrient ratio matching your specific ancient genetic ancestry line. Stop copying generalized internet fads. Feed your body the climate fuel it uniquely evolved to burn. Stay raw by nature. Rebuilt by design.